was very early. The light from the morning sun was filling the playroom in the attic. Raggedy Ann was already wide awake, for this would not be an ordinary day.
This morning, I am going to school with Marcella.
The other toys in the playroom were very excited. They were eager to know what Raggedy Ann would learn in school. The Jack-in-the-Box popped out and said, "You'll have to tell the rest of us what happens in school."
When I get home, I will tell you everything.
The door to the playroom opened, and Marcella walked in. She picked Raggedy Ann up and said,
"You thought I'd forgotten you, didn't you, Raggedy Ann? You know I wouldn't do that. I hope you will like school."
Raggedy Ann thought to herself as she and Marcella left the playroom.
I am sure I will.
Soon Marcella and Raggedy Ann were in school. Marcella sat down at her desk.
"I will set you on top of my desk. Then you will be able to hear and see everything."
The teacher, who was a very pretty lady, stood up in front of the classroom and said to the children,
"Today we are going to learn about the alphabet."
Raggedy Ann listened to every word the teacher said.
Oh my, the alphabet must be very important.
All morning the teacher told the children about the alphabet. All too soon it was time to leave. When Marcella got home, she opened the front door and called out,
"I'm home, Mother."
"You're just in time. Get ready for lunch."
Marcella ran to the playroom and put Raggedy Ann on her favorite rocking chair. As soon as Marcella left the room and closed the door, the dolls began to move.
"Well, Anne, how was school?"
Susie Pincushion, it was wonderful.
The camel with the wrinkled knees came over and sat near the rocking chair. He asked her,
"What did you learn?"
Raggedy Ann jumped down from the rocking chair.
We learned the alphabet.
The alphabet? What's that?
I've never heard of that.
"Tell us about this alphabet."
Wait, everybody. Let's play school. Anne will be the teacher, and we will be the students. The alphabet sounds very important, and I think we should learn it.
The dolls thought this would be fun, so they arranged the building blocks into a row of desks. Raggedy Ann stood in front of them.
Good morning, children.
The dolls started to giggle, and then they called out,
"Good morning, Raggedy Ann."
Today, we are going to learn about the alphabet. It is very important to know. There are 26 letters in the alphabet. That does not seem like a lot, but we can put them together in many ways, and they form millions of words.
How do we use the alphabet?
Yes, tell us, please.
We use it whenever we speak. When we read and write, the 26 letters are placed in different positions to form all the words we use. Now, we will begin our alphabet lesson. A is for Anne. Happy Raggedy Ann. Look at her smiling as wide as she can. B is for birds with their sweet, cheery song, proving how happy they are all day long. C is for Cricket, the cute little mite, deep in the grass, plays his fiddle at night. D is for dresses, so soft and so cool. I wear my best one to dress up for school.
Babette the French doll raised her hand.
Yes, Babette, What is it?
Oh, this is wonderful. Soon we'll know the alphabet. Are there more letters?
This is just the beginning. There are a lot more letters for us to learn. E is for elves, tiny creatures, so small, nearly all elves are just 2 inches tall. F is for fairies. They whisper advice, helping good children, and that's very nice. G is for grasshoppers. See how they jump? They leap so high, then they land with a thump. H is for hummingbird, dressed up so gay, kissing the flowers he meets on the way. I is for ink, used to print in our books. When it is colored, how pretty it looks. J is for June, when the birds leave the nest. We baby birds learn to fly with the rest. K is for Katydid. Loudly she sings, making her music by scraping her wings. L is for Lark. In the meadow his song, little Tom Titmouse is heard all day long. M is for Moon, with its soft, pleasant light, shining in windows to gladden the night. N is for Name. Mine is Raggedy Ann. You tell me your name. I'm sure that you can. O is for Owls. They are not really wise, though they look knowing with large staring eyes. P is for Pretty. It never will hide. It shines right out if you're sunny inside. Q is for Queen, and it's quite hard to guess just who is a queen by the style of her dress. R is for River, and there in a boat, passing the towns and cities we float. S is for Snails. My, they're dreadfully slow. Maybe they simply have no place to go. T is for Turtle. He has a hard shell, making a coat and a cottage as well. U is for Usefulness. That's why we should try to help others by working for good. V is for Violets. They're in the grass, cheerily nodding their heads as we pass. W is for Winter, when crisp breezes blow. Mountains and valleys are covered with snow. X is for Xylophone, happy and gay. Come now and tell me what song you will play. Y is for You. If you're loyal and true, you'll always gather good friends around you. Z is for Zero. Cold weather at night. Sleep warm and comfy. Keep covered up tight. Now you all know your alphabet. Andy, can you tell me all the letters?
Yes, I can. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Was that right?
That was excellent.
I hope you go to school tomorrow and learn many more things.
Oh, I hope so too. It will be fun to learn all about the world.
Thank you for teaching us the alphabet, Raggedy Ann.
Thank you. You were all wonderful students.
The dolls could not wait for Raggedy Ann to go back to school with Marcella, for then she would come home and teach them many more interesting things. Raggedy Andy sat very tall on Marcella's desk. He was very proud. This morning, Marcella had taken him to school. As he sat on the corner of the desk, he thought to himself,
I am going to learn everything that the teacher shows the children today.
Mrs. Brown, Marcella's teacher, asked,
Marcella, whom do you have sitting on your desk today?
This is Raggedy Andy. He's Raggedy Ann's brother.
My, he is a fine-looking fellow.
I brought him to school so that he could learn.
That is a charming idea. Now, we must get to our lesson. Today, children, we are going to learn about numbers.
Raggedy Andy sat up straight and thought to himself,
This sounds very important. I will pay very close attention to what the teacher says.
The teacher turned to the blackboard and wrote something.
This is the number 1. Children, say it together.
1.
Raggedy Andy said it very quietly, for it would not do for anyone to hear him speak. Mrs. Brown turned back to the blackboard and wrote many different things. She turned to the children and said,
These are the numbers that you will need to know. After the 1 comes the 2. Then there are 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Raggedy Andy listened very carefully. He knew that the dolls in the playroom were depending on him to tell them all that he learned at school.
After the number 7 comes the 8, the 9, and then the 0. This number means nothing until you put one of the other numbers in front of it. Put the 1 in front of the 0, and you have the number 10.
The morning went quickly, and before long the school bell rang, and Marcella and Raggedy Andy were on their way home. When Marcella arrived home, she ran up to the playroom and put Raggedy Andy down on the rocker. As she closed the door to the playroom, the dolls came to life. They were anxious to know what Andy had learned at school that day.
I learned about numbers. Would you like to learn about them?
Susie Pincushion, Babette the French doll, and the camel with the wrinkled knees called out together,
We would love to learn about numbers.
The dolls hurried to their places and waited for Andy to begin the lesson about numbers. Andy was so excited that he jumped from the rocking chair onto the floor. Then he climbed onto some blocks.
I will say the number, and then you repeat it. The first number is 1.
The first number is 1.
This means that you have only 1. A single thing like an apple or a ball. Now after the 2.
2.
Put one apple with another apple, and you have 2 apples. Then comes the number 3.
3.
1 and 2 are 3.
What comes after the number 3, Andy?
Babette, after the number 3 comes the number 4.
4.
Oh, look, Andy. I have 4 pins in my cushion. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's right, Susie Pincushion. If you didn't know how to count, you never would have known that.
It is wonderful that you had a chance to go to school and learn about such things as numbers.
Andy jumped from the blocks. He ran over and leaped onto the back of a hobby horse.
After the number 4 comes the number 5.
5.
5 funny people standing in a row. 5 is all the fingers that a person's hand will grow. After number 5 comes 6.
6.
6 fairies sitting lightly on a twig. Most of them are very small, but some are rather big. After 6 comes 7.
7.
Anne says that 7 days are in a week. If you want to learn some more, then now's the time to speak.
Please tell us more.
Oh, yes, tell us.
Raggedy Andy jumped off the hobby horse and ran as fast as he could to where the tin soldiers were standing.
Let me count the tin soldiers. The first is 1. Then we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Andy, there is one more tin soldier.
That's right, Jack in the Box. This soldier is number 8. 8 follows the 7.
The 8 follows the 7.
Now after the 8 comes the number 9.
9.
9 little chipmunks smiling up at us. I know they have lots of fun because they never fuss.
What comes after the 9?
0.
Andy, is the 0 really a number?
Yes, the 0 is a number, but it stands for nothing unless it's added to another. Putting a 1 in front of the 0 would make 10.
Oh, Andy, you are so intelligent.
You know, Babette, it's fun to go to school. I really like to learn. I hope Marcella will take me again sometime.
The dolls hoped that she would, for they were all curious to learn about the world.